woke up at dawn, hearts racing with excitement, and headed straight to the terrace of our hotel. As the first light touched the horizon, we saw something magical happening all around us. Hot air balloons slowly lifting off from every corner of Goreme, the sky filled with dozens of vibrant balloons, floating gently against the pink and golden hues of sunrise. It was a breathtaking sight, one that had always been on my bucket list and was finally coming to life right before my eyes. The scene was mesmerizing. The balloons drifted gracefully, some coming so close to us that we could see the faces of the passengers smiling and waving back. You could hear the gas burners hiss softly as the balloons floated past, bringing a warm glow to the morning sky. It felt like time slowed down for a moment, just as the balloons and that surreal landscape stretching out beneath them. This was a morning I had dreamed of for so long, and it felt even more incredible than I'd imagined. I couldn't help but feel grateful to be right here, witnessing something this beautiful and surreal. It was like stepping into a painting, a once in a lifetime experience I'd never forget. Each balloon had its own colors and patterns, adding a unique charm to the scene. They glided over the fairy chimneys and valleys, casting shadows on the ancient rock formations below, creating a visual symphony of movement and color. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2 of our Turkey travel series, I highly recommend watching those first. We explored Istanbul, took a scenic road trip to Cappadocia, and uncovered some incredible spots along the way. You can find the links in the description or by clicking the I button above. After watching the hot air balloons, we had breakfast at Hera Cave Suites and checked out, ready for a road trip to Pamukkale, a 611-kilometer journey that took nearly 10 hours. This drive wasn't as smooth as our last. Along the way, we stopped at a Shell fuel station. Impressed by the fully automated and spotless washrooms, the station also had a well stocked shop with snacks, tea, coffee, and essentials, making it a convenient stop. Unlike our previous route, much of this drive had a speed limit of 90 km per hour, and we encountered a long dark stretch with a single lane road, which slowed us down. As we finally approached Pamukkale, the city's glittering lights against the night sky made for a beautiful welcome. We arrived at Venus Suite Hotel in Pamukkale around midnight, exhausted and hungry. Thankfully, the hotel had a large parking area, so finding a spot was easy. The reception staff was very welcoming, and seeing how hungry we were, they kindly offered to order some vegetarian food from a nearby market. We happily accepted and paid for the food when it arrived. It was delicious and exactly what we needed after a long journey. Our room overlooked the hotel's large swimming pool, visible from our balcony, and was spacious enough to fit 3 to 4 people comfortably. Everything felt new and well maintained, as if the hotel had been recently constructed or renovated. The bathroom in a room was spacious and well equipped, featuring modern fixtures. It had a large shower with excellent water pressure, a generous countertop offering ample space for toiletries, and neatly arranged complimentary amenities including soaps, shampoos, and soft towels. For three people, we paid €64 for the night, including breakfast, an excellent deal for the comfort and hospitality we received. As we woke up on our ninth day, we were greeted by the magical sight of hot air balloons drifting over our hotel in the early morning. It was a beautiful start to the day. We began with breakfast at the Venus Suite Hotel. On our way to the restaurant, we noticed some pets lounging comfortably on the hotel furniture, which added a cozy and friendly atmosphere to the place. The restaurant offered both poolside and indoor seating options. Since the sun was already quite strong, we opted to sit indoors. The breakfast spread was impressive, with a wide variety of options to suit every taste. There were fresh breads, salads, local specialties, Turkish delights, dried fruits, tea, coffee, juice, and much more. It was a delicious and energizing start to the day. After breakfast, we got ready, checked out of the hotel, and set off to explore the famous Hierapolis ruins and stunning Travertine terraces of Pamukkale. We couldn't wait to see these iconic sights. We reached the ancient city of Hierapolis, and after parking our car, we went to purchase tickets, which cost around €30 per person. As we entered Hierapolis, it was amazing to step into a city that dates back to the 2nd century BC. The ancient city was once a thriving Greco-Roman hub known for its thermal springs, which were believed to have healing properties. The city had been a major center for arts and healing, with impressive structures, temples, and baths built around the mineral-rich hot springs. After exploring a bit, we made our way to the Hierapolis Ancient Theatre. It was a challenging walk, long and steep, but the effort was worth it. The theatre was massive, designed in classical Roman style, with seating for over 12,000 people. The theatre is known for its unique echo effect, which allowed voices to carry effortlessly across massive structure, ensuring that every audience member could hear the performances. Afterward, we headed towards the Travertine terraces of Pamukkale. The sun was shining brightly and the heat added to the surreal experience. These terraces are natural formations created by the chemical-rich hot spring water flowing down the hillside, leaving behind stunning white mineral deposits that form cascading pools. The stark white terraces against the clear blue pools create a dreamlike landscape, and standing here felt almost magical, like stepping into a scene from a fairy tale. This place has also made its mark in Bollywood history as the setting for the song Tu Jaane Na, starring Ranbir Kapoor and Katrina Kaif. Next, we visited the Cleopatra Antique Pools. Legend has it that Cleopatra herself swam here, adding it to its allure. The water here is believed to have medicinal qualities beneficial for various health conditions due to its high mineral content. Visitors are allowed to swim only in proper swimwear, and there is a paid locker facility to safely store belongings. Swimming in this pool is a unique experience because of the rocky bottom. You need to tread carefully as it can be a bit slippery. Surrounded by ancient columns and ruins submerged in the pool, it feels like swimming in a piece of history. There were also plenty of eateries nearby, offering a wide selection of food and drinks. We could even catch a glimpse of the Hierapolis ancient theatre in a distance, adding to the charm of the surroundings. After exploring Pamukkale's wonders, we decided to venture into the city and find a restaurant. After a quick search on Google Maps, we chose one with decent reviews and a vegetarian friendly menu. The walk from the parking area to the restaurant was steep, adding to the adventure. When we arrived, the owner greeted us with a relaxed vibe. We ordered our food, but it seemed to take a while, so they kindly brought us some snacks to enjoy while we waited. It was a nice gesture that made us feel welcome. The restaurant even had a few friendly cats wandering around, hoping treats from diners. When our meal finally arrived, it was decent, not exceptional, but satisfying. At the end of our meal, the staff surprised each of us with a small Pamukkale souvenir, a fridge magnet. Around 8 pm, we started our journey back to Istanbul. The 575-kilometer drive took us approximately 7 hours, and the roads were smooth and well maintained, with stretches of toll roads that allowed speeds of up to 140 kilometers per hour. We made a stop for dinner along the way, and although there was a language barrier, the staff did their best to accommodate our dietary preferences, which was appreciated. We arrived in Istanbul around 3 am and checked into the Ottoman's Life Hotel Deluxe, a 5-star property located in Fateh district. The hotel staff was incredibly helpful, assisting us with our luggage, which was more than usual. They seemed surprised at the moment. As we were exhausted, we didn't take any photos or videos at check-in, so I'll be sharing some images from the hotel's website. Our room matched the pictures with the addition of a third bed for our group. The deluxe room was spacious, clean, and had all the amenities you'd expect from a luxury hotel. For 3 people, we paid €80 per night and $100 cash deposit without breakfast. Considering it was a last-minute booking, this was a fantastic deal, and the service was excellent. The following day, we prepared to return our rental car to Avis at their Taksim office. We were a bit nervous since this was our first experience returning a rental car, and we weren't sure how thorough the inspection would be or what additional charges might be applied. Surprisingly, the process was quick and smooth, with the Avis team giving us clearance in no time. They asked us to collect our deposit and refund inside the office, where we were pleased to receive our full deposit back. We were charged approximately 1300 liras to cover tolls and other fees, which we found reasonable. The daily rate was 2600 liras, and for our 6-day rental, we paid 15,700 Turkish liras in total, plus a 5,000 lira deposit. Overall, we were very satisfied with Avis's service and would recommend it to anyone considering renting a car in Turkey. Since we were already in Taksim, we decided to hop on the historic tram that runs along Istiklal Street. Despite the packed tram with no available seats, the ride was a unique and enjoyable way to experience Istiklal's vibrant atmosphere. We disembarked at the final stop and walked a short distance to Galata Tower, but unfortunately it was closed, so we couldn't go up for the views. We then booked a taxi to visit the Spice Bazaar, But dealing with the taxi drivers in Istanbul proved to be challenging. Our original driver tried to charge us 35 euros for a ride that was supposed to cost 250 liras, so we cancelled and booked another. When we finally reached the Spice Bazaar area, the driver stopped short and insisted we walk the rest of the way, despite other taxis continuing in that direction. He even attempted to give himself a 5-star rating on my phone. Luckily, I noticed and rated him accordingly. Inside the Spice Bazaar, we found it similar to the Grand Bazaar, with high prices and few unique items. We purchased a few things but felt let down, and later discovered that some of the cosmetics we bought were expired. Just outside the bazaar, we searched for luggage in the nearby shops, but the shopkeepers were surprisingly rude and even displayed a hint of racism, which soured the experience. Afterward, we found a nearby cafe offering authentic Turkish coffee served in the traditional style, which was refreshing and provided a nice break from the day's bustle. In the evening, we boarded a cruise on the Bosphorus River, the last one of the day. The ride was scenic and relaxing as we cruised from the European side to the Asian side of Istanbul, taking in the beautiful cityscape and iconic mosque along the way. We also got a close view of the Maiden star, famous for its appearance in movies like The World Is Not Enough. At the Asian side, we had a short stop before returning to the European side on the same boat. The onboard refreshments were reasonably priced and we enjoyed a drink while watching the city's lights twinkling over the water. This cruise was something I'd recommend to any Istanbul visitor. After the cruise ride, we decided to visit a traditional Turkish hammam located near the Blue Mosque in the Sultanahmet area. We had been looking forward to this unique experience and paid 45 euros per person. Unfortunately, it didn't meet our expectations and left us quite disappointed. The facilities and services felt underwhelming, and to make things worse, I even ended up feeling unwell afterward. After this, we headed to the restaurants at Galata Bridge. As it was late, most places were closed. We did manage to have dinner at one of the open restaurants but found the food unimpressive. Post dinner, we looked for a place offering stuffed baked potatoes or kumfir, but the place we found seemed to be overcharging us, so we decided to skip it and head back to the hotel. The next day marked our return home. We arranged for the same cab that had dropped us off on our first day to pick us up and take us back to the airport. Upon arrival, we needed another luggage trolley, but unfortunately experienced the same overcharging issue as before. Before checking in, we opted to get one of our bags wrapped in plastic film. The service was below standard and the film didn't feel secure, but we had no other option at that point. Gulf Air handled the check-in smoothly, which was a relief, but the immigration queues were lengthy and time-consuming. While waiting, we noticed pet washrooms at the airport, a unique and unexpected sight for us. After immigration, we made our way to the gate, where we spotted a celebrity couple on our flight. We got a chance to meet them and take a few photos, which was a fun surprise. The Gulf Air flight to Bahrain departed on time, though the in-flight food served across all 4 of our Gulf Air flights was disappointing, the worst I'd ever encountered on a flight, to the point where I couldn't even eat it. Moreover, due to a technical glitch, we also couldn't select a meal for one of our passengers. On our Bahrain to Delhi flight, we encountered further issues as one of our flight attendants came across as rude and unhelpful, even showing a hint of discriminatory behavior. To top it off, when we landed in Delhi, we discovered one of our bags was damaged. Fortunately, we received a compensation for this after a few days. And with that, our Turkey travel series comes to an end. Despite the challenges, this journey was full of unforgettable highlights, from the breathtaking hot air balloon ride to the memorable road trip. I hope you enjoyed coming along on this adventure with us. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your suggestions for future videos in the comments. Thanks for watching and see you at our next destination.